So I've hit 110 subscribers. Here's the sound of my one hand clapping. Anyway, so the backbone of this channel Zarovsky, is basically art. I've always had this milestone planned out in my head forever. Here's the other half of the double feature. It's basically me following this famous tutorial challenge, but I will have one difference. I will do it entirely in this. Ooh, chalky watercolors. Ooh, look at that, look at that. I am basically making myself a glutton for punishment, aren't I? So basically what I did is, with my eyes closed, went to the Bob Ross channel, chose a random playlist, and with my eyes closed still, I chose a random video. And that is what I'm gonna try to recreate with Symbalion, whatever you pronounce it. Chalky watercolors. Oh, look at that, it's already coming off. See? Bleh. So basically, I'm going to do a Bob Ross painting that's supposed to be made in oil with Symbalion watercolors. That's it. That's the second half of my 100 subscriber milestone double feature. Let's see how it turns out. Let's get to it. Okay, I am nervous that I am going to fuck this up and that either there are some bizarre technical difficulties gonna happen to my ass, but let's get to it. I look like crap. Anyway, not the point. Ah, why are you going out of focus, you nerd? Oh, now you focus. I have to tape the... I have to tape the swatches on. These are like the swatches of the Symbalion, whatever, watercolors. Yes, watercolors. You know what? If this keeps going out of focus, I don't have any choice but to film this way and then just present the end product. So I basically have the watercolor paper taped to a tray. Oh, and the watercolors have been soaking in water for like a while now. So let's go, maybe more than 5 minutes.
But you use any size that's desirable to you. I just picked this size because it seems to work well.
Same.
And all I've done today is cover the canvas with a very thin, very thin coat of liquid clear. Very
Should I
thin,
cook it in paper?
very small amount. I thought today we'd just have some fun. Let's do a little painting today that'll just make you feel good inside.
Should I
start out and mix a
wet
brown
it?
color using alizarin crimson.
First. Yeah, this is my biggest brush. Need to soak the paper first so the colors will spread evenly. Here's hoping. What kind of masochistic tango have I signed myself up for? Ooh.
And I'm sort of doing this in streaks, so it looks like wood.
So it's supposed to look
Like
sweet.
old boards.
I'm going into the tape.
You change the gray hue.
I feel like I should have gone with a fan brush.
The most fun part of this whole technique is washing the brush. So let's do that. We wash our brush.
No, I am not getting...
With odorless paint thinner.
I'm not getting any paint on this floor. I don't want to mop again. I don't want to brush again. I mean, sweep. Okay. Okay.
I'd recommend if you do that in your living room, you get some kind of protection because it'll change your whole decor in a matter of seconds.
No, ditto.
Now let's have some fun. Let's have some fun.
But that's like the mark of an artist, isn't it?
Just a paint.
Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. Two. Maybe it's because it's mainly displacing the chalky pigment. Okay, that's more like warping.
If you have a little nervous twitch in your hand.
I'm not playing Outlast right now. Ah, it's too... Bloody camera is not focusing!
See there. But isn't that fantastic? So simple.
It's more like a blur to me.
All right.
Oh, I am at a loss with this bloody camera.
We've got a canvas that's beginning to look like old wood. And it'll take a few minutes for this
It
to
looks
work.
kind of like meat.
Let it move.
You can do that with a flat brush.
There, that's all there is to it.
Here's hoping. I can see if I can replicate that with a little violet and a little blue. Oh, this blue is too bright. Mix that with a little purple. Okay. Ooh, that's still a little too bright. What is the complementary of blue? Yellow is the purple, blue is to what, red? Maybe give it a little, just because if you mix it with black, it's going to come out and then come out muddy, if anything, rather than darken. So I'm just gonna mix it with the red that I had from before. Yeah, maybe a little bit here, because I don't want it too purple. Maybe a little bit there, just a dab. Okay, so I can't, because I do not have liquid text, and this is a watercolor, I can just maybe blur it with water. What's up, Dad? I'm filming my milestone video. Ooh, I do not like where this is going. Ooh, that looks rough, buddy. Oh, streaky, stupid Himbalayan. Oh, that's right. Blame the Himbalayan, not the... Blame the weapon and not the wielder. That makes sense. Don't judge it before it's done. Conscience, is that you? Yes. My conscience is Terry Crews. Huh. Cool. Add a little more pigment there, and then we let it dye. Okay, you can see it happening. Just let it dye the paper, and then wash it away. Hopefully it'll wash away with some wet hair. Hopefully this works and I don't make an ass of myself bigger than I already have, which is saying something because I am so very, very flat. Why is it not focusing? Okay, I got it. Make it work, make it easy, make it clever and craft it into pieces. Make it sweet, crimp the edges, some make it sour and serve with lemon wedges. Yeah, I can do that. I can totally do that. Yes. You know what, I keep checking the camera because it is so janky. It is so janky that I cannot. Come on, why don't you focus? Why don't, if I put you closer, will you focus for me, please? Please, I'm begging you. It's still blurry.
Easier to have a light come from the right.
Oh no.
Left-handed people have...
Okay, rule of watercolors is that basically highlights, if you don't like have a highlighter pen, it's the last thing you do. Well, either you use a highlighter pen, I'm using the Himbalayan palette exclusively, or you devoid that area where the highlight is supposed to be. But what I can probably attempt to do, is that I take this really chalky palette, get it up with the sediment, and scrape through. Here goes everything. Okay, yeah, I can make it work, Again, my camera is so foobar. Yeah. But I can make this work, right? Right. I guess the hardest part of this filming is the technical difficulties. That's par for the course for me. Stabilizing, it's staying still. Okay. Get the white goop. Okay. Oh my gosh, it is rolling and it is not going out of focus. So rewind a bit, Bob. I can see it. I can barely make it out. I can barely see my mountain manifesting. There. She's coming alive. Ooh, laddie, she coming alive. Oh, I hope I didn't put too much water in this one. Oh, I did. Shoot. And the magic's gone. What did I do? Oh, no. I can salvage this. Yes, a bit, yes. Oh, put too much water. Wait, no. I can make this work. Ooh, there can be miracles if you believe. Oh, and speaking of miracles, see, the camera is working. Yes. I still put too much water. God damn it. And I ruined it, didn't I? No. When one functioning door closes, another one malfunctions. Yeah. The hell. Oh no, I put too much water. Why did I do that? Why Delilah? Okay, what next? Shit. Take this blue. Okay, now I'm tremoring. Could probably touch this up when it's drier. There's the pasty consistency I'm looking for. Okay, that mountainside is not looking not so bad. Yes, very nice. Okay, just calm, keep calm. Don't have an anxiety attack.
Makes you feel good.
Don't let the panic overcome you. You are painting, you are in your field. But then again, my specialty is not landscape. Oh, shut up. Just do what the Bob Ross man, the painter, former military man, does and says, and you will be right as rain. Don't pussy out, pussy up. But hey, camera is stable so far. I think I should have kept those lines distinct, but we can work that later. Again, I am wetting the brush. I shouldn't be making it this moist. Yeah, I know some people don't like that word moist. Moist. How to lose steps and how to lose followers. Moist. Okay. That's not so bad, is it? Okay, just trust your brush. Trust Bob Ross and your brush. Oh, I wish my gameplay commentary was this riveting. I guess there are more stakes with me proving myself as a professional artist. See if I can fix the white for a bit. Again, it's more like dealing with paste. Mushy, pigmented paste. Mushy, chalky, painted paste than watercolor. Okay, I think I got it back to the consistency that I want. Dryer brush, going again with the paste. Again, my camera is holding stable now. I'm of course relishing this because I don't know when it's going to wig out.
Being dripping over the side.
Yeah, I see you.
It's a very nice little
Yeah, I'll see you, boss. I'll see you. I'll see you. Mm-hmm. Oh, my angles might be wrong though. No surprise, I suck at math. It's like dealing with half melted crepas. I think I fudged up the angle, but I think we can fix that later. Okay, what I can do is give a little more of this light blue paste of the highlight, and then maybe blur it a bit with watercolor. I mean water. Yeah. Hey, y'all seen that? Just trust your teacher. Just trust your teacher. Undertones are a bit wonky for that side of the mountain. See if I can go back. Yeah, the undertones are still popping out. It's the red. But then again, I guess he's doing the illusion of this being painted on wood or something. I could probably already blend with just this brush. Just be ginger with it, and I'm gonna hopefully I won't fuck it up. Yeah. I'm blurring some of those lines. Y'all see that it scrolled down on its own? Speaking of technical difficulties, that's the most interesting one tonight. Anyway, Yeah. Come on.
I'll cover that with Prussian blue, black, some brown, some crimson, and we'll add sap green in there too. And we just basically have all the dark colors thrown in. Mix them up. Wipe off the overnight. Maybe in our world, live. Yep, you're right. The little evergreen tree. Right here. Maybe there's several evergreen trees. They live right here in front of this mountain. There we go.
I don't have much control of the fan brush, so I'm gonna go with the smaller one.
Maybe in our
Okay, I got 2 baby fan brushes with me. Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. How does this motion go again? Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
They live right here in front of this mountain.
That's his motion, like. What is that? What is that? Oh my god, what is that? Oh, what on earth? I don't know what I am doing. Oh my god, I hope none of my former professors are watching this. What kind of tree is that? That's a sad little tree, Bob. That's not a happy little tree. It's leaning sideways. Oh my gosh. I told y'all. This is not my specialty. Kawawa. Kawawa ang puno. If the city of Baguio saw how I draw pine trees, they're probably gonna persona non grata me. I'll never be able to climb the city of Baguio again. Okay, you know what? I'll cut my losses. I'll cut my losses, Bob. Just keep on going.
There we go. Give him a little friend.
He has a friend too.
He's a friend.
Well, misery loves company. Mga kawawang puno. Why suffer alone when you can suffer in misery? Oh, that's even worse. Oh my god, that's even worse. Poor little Twee. Kawawang trees. What did I do to you? Oh. Illegal loggers are gonna look at that and go like, well, that's not even worth our time. Kawawang puno. Oh, what did I do to you, little tree? Oh my god, that is so tragic. Ah. You know what, fine, let's go with a little translucent look. But let's just give some meat to your trunk, yeah. That totally doesn't sound like an innuendo. Ah, they look so sad. Ah,
Maybe.
so misshapen.
You decide. Just
More!
Your pain, because each person's pain will be different in every way.
How many
We don't
times
try
will
to
you make
teach
me
how to
suffer,
copy
man?
here. There, if you paint one evergreen, you can paint a million.
I don't want to make there.
Oh, what the heck? Maybe there's a bigger one over here.
Bob,
Not
my
on the
trees
left.
are like, kill me.
You just sort of let this wander off on the edge. There we go. You just want to be an individual. You decide.
I'm an individual who sucks at making trees.
You put as many trees in your world as you want.
I don't know how many trees I want to do, Mr. Ross, but I'm just following your lead because I am so inexperienced at this. You don't even know. Oh, you're watching down from heaven and wondering, oh, this girl can't take simple, what do you call that? Instructions. Oh, Lord in heaven above, please keep Mr. Bob Ross from smiting me, for I am a failure at drawing happy little trees that don't look happy. They look they were mangled. They look like an impressionist who only paints in purple vomited on them. Or shotgun there. Ooh. Speaking of which, I think I loaded it wrong. It's too wet. It's too wet. Oh dear me. It is mixing with the background pigment. Bakit ganun? Bakit ganun? There is a reason why my specialty is human portraits or humanoid portraits or maybe sometimes a bit of character design and sometimes logos, but never this. But then again, if my whiny bitch ass has time whining, why don't you practice? I think it looks good-ish on the camera, but up close, it looks kind of wonky as hell.
We don't try to teach you how to copy here. We try to teach you how to be creative in your own right.
Thanks, but I want to be creative in a professional way.
Maybe there's one there that maybe he's not totally straight. He didn't want to be a telephone pole when he grew up.
He's not totally straight.
He just wanted to be an individual. You decide.
Wow, that's relatable. I might fix this later with darker stippling.
It doesn't much matter.
I hope I'm making this perspective look right. Like, Bob is so sweet and he's so encouraging and there's nothing wrong in the paintings he does. But at the same time, my professionalism, there's like that inner pro artist who's like, oh, you're doing it wrong, or it doesn't look right. Because art is so subjective, that's true, but then there are like backbones, like texture, line, color. They're principles. There was this Filipino art group. No, it's not Guhit Pinas, but it comes close. Actually, no, it beats Guhit Pinas by maybe half a mile or two. And some of the members are legit like, art is freedom of expression. There are no rules. But no, there are principles, dumbass. Like, yeah, it's freedom of expression and can be a very liberating thing, especially for people who belong somewhere or feel like they don't belong, or it can vary for so it can be so good for a lot of people, but at the same time you've got to know that there are these movements that you need to learn from, or at least use as a reference point, and that there are basics for a reason. And anatomy does not always just mean human anatomy. It could also mean, like, say, anatomy of animals or objects. That's why things like realistic portrait painting and still life are important. There's studies in lighting, texture. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just like a boomer before my time. I'm an art boomer. I'm a rumor. Oh Lord. I guess I'm saying have some humility to learn from others, from the past and the present movements, your peers. Keep an open mind and don't just say, "Oh, it's just my style." No, bish. Oh God, I don't want to say this one influencer who thinks she's such a prodigy and she's so coddled by her mom. And she thinks she's all that, but she's not. Everybody hates her because she bought her followers. But hey, shout out to my girl Tater Tatiana. She is a wonderful content creator. She's currently working on her. I don't know her personally, but I do like her content. She's working on a bunch of makeup palette stuff, like her project Pan or whatever. These trees look so sad. They look so sad. They look like if you took a giant shotgun up to their face and then just go. This paste is drying out. That's what this basically is. It's like a chalk paste. Or maybe it's because I am drawing on a very, very small piece of watercolor paper. It is basically maybe short bond-ish size. Oh, the stipling is so wrong. This is what using the wrong brush in Photoshop feels like, except there's no Control Z, bitches! Oh, maybe I should use a different... Maybe I should use a different brush. Oh, Mercy. Maybe I'm loading it wrong or my angle is wrong. Honestly, I think this is the part where I wish, or I probably need to get over the most. Usually in my normal process, the part I want to get over the most, the part that I least like is, if there's a study and I did the study, is to transfer the line art from the concept and the line art from the whatever I drew on first and then onto the actual surface I'm using. If Post-Key Crystal uses this B-roll on the actual video, I'll probably 80% of me is doing the poopy face like Oh yeah, it was definitely in the way I held the brush. Okay. Can make it work. Make it work, make it easy, make it clever, craft it into pieces. Make it sweet. Crimp the edges. Or make it sour and serve with lemon wedges. Even doubt can be delicious. And it washes off of all the dirty dishes when it's done. I can smile. It's on someone else's plate for a while. I trace it on display. Trace it on display? I place it on display. And then I'll slice him. Stir my worries away. I can fix this, I can twist it into sugar butter covered pieces. Never mind what's under me that I have done it before. It basically is in the angle that I was holding it. Make me a door to help me get through. I learned it from you. Mama, it's amazing what baking can do. Hey, shout out to my homegirl Bea, who loves musical. Bea and Alex, who love musicals as much as I do. Now I need to Maybe I need to give this guy a little more thickness, a little more girth, a little more leaf girth. So next is move on to the highlighting, or as Mr. Ross calls it, the indication. Like just those little impressionist pieces that you don't have to detail it, but it's there. You tell the audience it's there. Basically, excuse me, scraping the chalk and whatever binder there is left. Yep. Oh, I hope this doesn't fuck it up. Okay, at least it's giving it some shadow. Yeah. Yeah, it's giving it some shadow. Ooh. Okay, I'm feeling a little better. I'm feeling a little better. Come on, work on the momentum. Ooh. Ooh, come on, like the artistic prize fighter you are. Artistic prize fighter, yeah, right. Did I ever win anything? Well, I've been featured in zines. I guess that counts for something. But contests, I never really did I? And I never joined contests anyway because it's like a gamble. It's like a waste of time for me. Somebody better, somebody with more refined skills and a better eye and hand than me gets a prize, and they deserve it because I am so inexperienced. As much as I love art, I am so inexperienced in this field. Y'all don't even know. But upside to that is we all got all the time in the freaking world. And hey, at least for myself, some of my stuff are good enough depending on the subject matter or what I paint or whatever. And I am happy, I guess. But then again, there's that like professional itch that if you can't be the best or one of the best, and I swear to God, if I don't get freaking inducted into the Order of National Artists before I die, I'm gonna lose it! Nah, I'm kidding. But it would be nice though. That's like what? If I'm still alive okay, in the Philippines, the Order of National Artists, there are many women, but none yet in the visual arts category. Like how weird is that? There, Pasita, Bad, what's that other lady's name? Anita something. Like they can so make it in. They just need to be remembered again. You know what? I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't Google her. Oh shit! Yeah. Drop my damn freaking brush. What is that lady's name? Brother, what's her name? Yeah, Anita Magsaysay Ho. Yeah, she can totally get in on that. And there are so many like living treasures, and not anymore living treasures, like weavers, artisans, tattooists, but none of them are apparently worthy of the title of National Artist for Visual Arts. Fancy that. It's not my camera isn't blurring, is it? I guess Polski Crystal will have to deal with that mess when she edits. That's future me problems. Okay, at least I've given my sad little trees a little more depth. Okay, I need a thinner brush. I'm gonna go with like a striping, with a smaller striping nail art brush rather. It's like wisps in the desert. Oh god, I don't know how I'd be able to do this. Oh, this is difficult. Yeah, I can't do this. I have to stop. Okay, so I've skipped filming on some parts because I really need a steady hand I know they're just little impressions of the dead trees, but I still needed like a steady hand and a different angle or position or whatever. But I've already added the highlights for the trees and trunks and what have you. And I had to redouse the palette.
Yellow.
Maybe I should add them indications a little more to show that the distance of the trees. Ko'yong nasaktan, naisip mo naman, hindi mo lang alam. Panahon na lumipas mga araw.
We said our light was coming from the right in this painting.
I did not pay
This one
attention.
is on the right side of the tree. That's where all my little animal friends live. See my little squirrel.
I may use a flat.
He lives up here in the tree, and there's my little bunny rabbits and stuff. They live down here at the base. Maybe we'll show you some little squirrels in this series. I've got some little friends I'll show you.
Oh, when he shows his little animal buddies, they are the cutest things. Like for somebody who used to be a really supposedly nasty drill sergeant, he has so many wholesome moments, especially with the cute little animals. Anyway, so I used light blue rather than white, or close to white for the highlights, and I completely ignored, or forgot the light source. Okay, so if it's coming from here, and am I gonna use blue again for the highlight, or am I gonna switch it up with something else? No, I'm eyeballing this beige, orange, peach deal right here. Mix up, that's blurry real good. Oh, it's either too watery or not thick enough. Okay. I'm making it work. I'm making do. Oh, I'm making do! Holy shit! Ah! Bella! I think I just made a pterodactyl noise. Men love pterodactyls. Oh, I miss Sailor J. What happened to her? Like, why'd she... I never got the update, or I can't remember the update why she privated her videos, or if not, full on delete them. Don't have to go into the back. Just a little tap, 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 tap. Just, yeah, that's right. Keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it Gucci. Like Mr. Ross, oh yeah. I'm doing it, Bob, I'm doing it, Mr. Ross. Oh, yeah, every 8 o'clock, do you guys hear that? Do y'all hear that? Every 8 o'clock the church bells ring. That's like our local parish, St. Joseph. Man, I haven't gone to mass in forever, ever since COVID hit. But at least the last time I got to see mass was with my super religious boyfriend. Oh, good times, good pre-COVID times. That's not me flexing. My hella Catholic boyfriend, he really just is. He's super into he's like a hobby scholar for canon law. Not canon law, just being Catholic in general. I do love that boy very much. Okay, I think I'm doing something. Why is it that the one moment when you're doing one side is Gucci, but then the moment you go to the other side where you're not so dominant, you fuck it up? Is this like the different incarnation of when you like flip the image, when you flip like the piece, the work in progress, and then it's all janky? Is it janky because you flipped it? Or is it janky because you're an incompetent artist? No, I'm just kidding. Everybody's working at their own pace. We'll get to the good stuff eventually. The point is you practice. Oh my god, that is so janky. Ooh, what happened? What happened there, freaking? Oh my freaking god. Okay, maybe I can fix it. I can fix it. Don't worry. Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Oscar, you cute, but you're a nobody. Wait, Lola, don't go. I'm not a nobody. I'm a winner. It's come to this. Less method, more madness. Now that I think about it, I think this is the first time I'm I'm talking to the rest of y'all, but presently as I am filming this is the first time I am painting at the same time talking, and the weird things that the conversation I'm basically having with myself. And this is before all of the editing and what else, the YouTube viewing, etc. That's still fucked up, but I can't judge it too much because it's a whip. It's a whip. This is why it's always important to look at the reference and know that you're not exactly following it to a T, but following it enough. Okay, now I know my problem. In this big janky tree I was just smattering about, but here on this side I was actually eyeballing where the leaves would fall, where the leaves and where the light would fall. Like, it's coming to life and I can make vague shapes out. But the other one I was spattering like a child. Now, at some point Picasso did try to go back to more childlike scribblings intentionally. But this is not a Picasso-esque painting. This is a Bob Ross landscape. And his is sort of like impressionisty rather than cubism or whatever hot hip happening thing Picasso was trying out in his long lengthy career as an artiste. Like, say what you will about the man, and a lot of things about the man, but I will give him credit that, like, my favorite, one of my favorites, Alphonse Mucha, he dipped his toes in everything. Sculpture, pottery, start and participate in every other art movement. Okay, we can start by unfucking this big guy up. Tally ho to the comments below if it's pronounced stipple, stippling, stipple. You know what I mean, when you take the brush and you go chuk 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 chuk. The chukening. Chuk 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 chuk. I should have started from the bottom and then worked my way up. Now it just looks like a janky pagoda. Oh, bloody hell. No, make it work. Positive thoughts. Positive thoughts. I'm sorry, Mr. Ross. I'm sorry. You know what? We're gonna be here a while, so I'm just gonna cut to where things get interesting again. waiting for this to dry before I can get the little bushes up here on the lake. For the record, throughout this whole process, I did not fast forward, I did not preview or look or scan or skim through the entire Bob Ross. Again, I did not scroll down. Why does it keep scrolling down? What is with my mouse? Again, it keeps scrolling down on its own. Weird. Anyway, I never skimmed or fast forwarded or go to the ending to see how it looks like. This is just real-time painting. I did not peek or whatever else. I swear on the ghost of Mr. Ross himself. Am I a woman of honor? Maybe, but I'll give you all my word. Okay? Okay.
And painting should be relaxing. It should take you to a world where there's no worries, there's no hassles.
No worries.
Little brown and white.
Oh, Bob, if you only
Just
knew.
barely touch. Just
This is mostly me just watching what the process first and while processing what he's doing. And I have to take a lot of what's to come into consideration and how he layers these paints because I am working with very different medium. I think I can make do, but it will involve having the pigments dry over each other first before I get to the next, like the highlighting, just like in the trees. And also, I am working with a very limited, tiny space compared to his canvas, so nah. Oh, and something I learned today from a more experienced artist is that apparently watercolor paper has an expiry date. I don't know how that works yet. I'll keep you guys posted, I guess. But apparently, watercolor paper has an expiry date. And I guess part of my process of following him is deciding my own color story. Because again, this palette has so many colors, but at the same time I have to consider how they're gonna dry, how they're gonna look on top of each other, with each other. That's why under I have the swatches of said palette. I know what he means. This is fun for me, but the artist in me, there's always that part where, oh, if there's no such thing as perfect, I know that, but then there's always this part of me that goes like, oh, if it's not exactly the way I want it, or at least the way the professional in me wants, then some part considers it a failure. Maybe not failure, but it's somewhat disheartening. Give it a little more punch to this guy. Yeah. That's coming along nicely, right? I'm just gonna give some of his neighbors a little more pigment, a little more dimension. But then again, why am I assuming some imaginary bush, as colorful as this is gender? They could be ace for all we know. Guess I inadvertently took Mr. Ross's advice to make stories about what you're painting. And usually that happens to me when I'm like creating characters or portraits, especially my OCs and self-inserts. But never landscapes. But then again, this one book that I was working on, that's put on indefinite hold because I've got other things to do, like a YouTube channel. As much as I want to work on said novel. Some detailing I will skip on because, again, I am working with a very small, limited space. And as impressionist as it is, I don't really have to go into those deep details. But we'll see when I start touching things up.
painting. What do I use to sign my painting?
Right
That's very
thumb.
individual. Let's go up here. Some people use initials, some use their entire name, some use last name, some use first name. You come up with a way of signing your painting.
I use
And
my
however you
last
sign
name
it,
twice.
Make it consistent. So that 100 years from
Have
now,
been
when
since
collectors are looking for your
2015.
paintings, they'll know what to look for. And they'll know that on this day, you had a fantastic day. And today you experienced the joy of painting. And from all of us here, until the next show, I'd like to wish you happy painting. And God bless, my friend.
Bye-bye. But I'm not yet done with mine, so y'all bear with me. Bob Ross, everybody, for Fisherman's Trail, Season 28, Episode 1, and this is part of my signage. Ka. Pa. We're going to turn that into Poo. Poo. La. We're going to turn that into Lo. Lo. And then Nga. But we are going to shorten that to just NG and not NGA. So quiet, you can hear the paint. You can still hear the cockroach outside, but you can, right now, you can hear the paintbrush drag across the paper. I don't know if the cameras can pick it up. The date today is January 30, 2021. This is gonna dry in a hot second, so I think it's appropriate for the review. Gonna remove the swatch from the board. Well, tray. The swatch I keep with inside the palette once it's dry as a guide. It's a cheap palette, not even worthy for better students, I think. Maybe some hobbyists, but for students doing their schoolwork, I don't think it's the best. It's the best choice, but I'm not gonna throw it away. That's still paint. I'm still gonna make with that. My regret that I only realize now is that I'm a person who wears curlers every now and again, and I curl my hair. Why didn't I do that for this? Okay, 500 subscribers. I'm gonna do this again, and I'm gonna wear curlers the whole time. And after we reveal the painting and review everything, I'm going to take off the curlers and see if I get an Ajuma Bob Ross perm. The reveal. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Don't worry, everything is dry. Ha! Y'all see that, right? Like, yo, it's so pretty. I am happy with how it turned out. Okay, the review. As you can see, there is some warping, and even when it's really good watercolor paper, some warping does tend to happen. What I would take with better supplies is that when it's all finished, I would roll the painting a bit on a clean surface, forwards, backwards, and in a way it straightens it out. I am not gonna do that because of the flaky, chalky paste consistency, quality formula, whatever, of the Symbalayon palette. I feel like it's going to crackle off and ruin this really nice painting. And speaking of which, you guys see the edges. That's where some of the paint seeped into the washi tape. And I'm glad none of the this edge here, this was already because the Fabriano Artistico, the big roll of Fabriano Artistico watercolor paper already had this sort of like raw edge. It was a big roll, and this is actually the twin of the, like half of this is the twin of the other, of the typography, hand typography paper. And because it was warping during the painting and the washi tape didn't hold as tightly, didn't grip to it as tightly, and I'm glad none of the edges ripped from the washi tape. While I was working, some paint did seep to the edges, but honestly, it kind of looks like a postcard, doesn't it? I'm glad, as somebody who doesn't work that much with backgrounds. Like I would sometimes do character design. If I had to design a background, I would. It's not my priority or specialty. But this looks so nice. I like how it turned out. Oh my god. Because Bob was working with a bigger canvas, his whole intent was to make it look like it was on wood grain. I wasn't great at that, I'll admit. Instead, it just looks like a sparse red sky on my piece. That's what I was thinking while I was finishing it. But then I was like dotting this area here, this corner, with the ground and the flowers going into like the corner of the audience's perspective. It looks great compared, like if you have this red sky, pretend it's not wood, pretend it's an actual sky, this red sky that seems bare, but then you look at down here and everything else, it looks so pretty. I'm so happy. This is definitely going on my red bubble. Ganon eh. So the colors for the signature I chose to tie into this area in the corner, where it's the same color as the ground and the signature is color as the flowers. I can't believe it. Oh, I hope I did Mr. Ross's spirit proud. Oh, because I really do like playing with color. Even back as a student, when we would do like life sketching sessions, or we would be tasked to draw the interior of the school, I would swap out, without my teacher asking, without my professors asking, I would swap out colors and make my own palette. And this is so nice. Oh, I guess it can be done. I know other artists like Super Ray Dizzle did it with Copics. But considering I was working with a lesser, oh god, it's still dripping with water. Lesser quality of watercolors. And I didn't have like ink to go over and make it look chalky. I can't believe I made it work. But maybe then again, Bob Ross is a good teacher and I already have like a backbone in art, so that's a possibility. That probably contributed to it. But at the same time, landscape really isn't my thing. But it looks so nice and I'm actually happy with my work. Oh, I encourage, if you've got like cheap supplies from your childhood or stuff you bought on a whim but turns out the quality isn't good, I suggest you try this experiment as well. But if you're Filipino and you still have Artex watercolors in your cupboard, please do not touch them. They contain lead. Anyway, I don't know how to dispose of them either, so I should just probably stop rambling. This is the second part of my my milestone video. Anyway, I've been Zarovsky Crystal of Channel Zarovsky. Subscribe to get crystallized, and ciao for now. Damn, I can't get over this painting. Also, I made a haiku. Crazy YouTube girl finally gets 100 subs. Many flowers bloom. Schwan.